Good morning, everybody. Welcome back. Today, I thought I would try, and I've returned to St. John's in a little village not far from where I work. You've probably seen the video. Hopefully you've seen the video. If not, go and take a look. I came here on an evening, evening, started going into the night, obviously, with my daughter. It was the one where I had the K2 moved on the grave, and I think I did say in the video that I wanted to return here, so here I am. And I thought, well, from past experience, I do get a lot of activity in the mornings as well as the evenings. So I thought, well, why not come back and try my luck here again. So if you've got headphones, put your headphones on, because you just never know. Hopefully it's not a quiet one. Hopefully we have a lot, well, I have a lot of activity. There will be the sound of aeroplanes going across, unfortunately. But at the moment, it's very peaceful. Good morning, spirits. I don't know if you remember me from the last time I came here to visit you. I came here with my daughter, if you remember. And we came here in the hope, or we did get activity, which is brilliant. Thank you for that. And I'm back again this morning to try and further any conversations that we can have. That's what I'm here for today. I'm only here to communicate with you, to come and talk. If you want to come forward and talk into any device that I'm wearing or carrying, that will be brilliant. I forgot how old the graves are here. Don't think I can even see a date here. I think it looks like died 34 years old. Can't actually see a date on there. But look at this. It looks, in a way, it looks so bleak, but yet so beautiful. In case any spirits have forgot, my name is Dave. And as I said earlier, I'm only here to communicate with anybody that has the ability or is willing to communicate with me. If I could hear your voice, maybe as if you throw something towards me to let me know that you're here with me. Throw a stick or a stone. I don't wish to be harmed. I come here with the full respect. If If I do walk in anybody's grave, it will be purely by accident. I don't intend to do that. I tell you what, it looks different. It feels different. Is there any spirits that want to come forward? Feel free to tell me about your life. You could tell me how you died. Did you die of old age? Natural causes? There's so many little headstones here. You got them. Look at these. And from past memory, over here, there's the newer graves. I wonder if there's been new graves since me and my daughter have been here. So there is some work being carried out here. As you can see, it is fenced off. So they're obviously doing some sort of work. Jesus Christ, that door just swung open. Obviously it's a wind. Yes, there is some work being carried out in the church, or on the outside I assume, which hopefully there's no workmen going to show up today. Otherwise this investigation will be a little bit short. It says on their fence, danger of falling debris. So I wonder if they're going to start working on the roof or something, or maybe it's on the church spire. Who knows? All being well, they don't do it today. Good morning, spirits. Now this is the grave. Was it this grave? Now hang on. I might be getting myself... No. It was this grave, because I remember I had the cat balls there next to those little 3 headstones. And we got this grave behind. Man, these graves look like coffins, don't they? But this gravestone was the one that my daughter said that she heard footsteps. And this is the grave where I put the K2 on, and the K2 moved and was pushed over. So I'm thinking here's the old K2. Now today's is only a slight breeze. Nothing that could blow that over. So I'm asking the spirit of this grave here. We did get names in the last investigation. For the life of me, I can't remember the names. But you did come forward and you did push the K2 over. I'm asking if you could please, if you possibly can, could you do the same thing this morning for me? I'm not demanding, I'm only asking if you can. I've got a spike on the K2 there. If that's you trying to communicate, that's brilliant. Thank you so much. Could you make them lights flash again? Are you here with me? Do you have the ability to make the lights flash? Would you be able to knock the device over like you did the last time? I know it's a lot to ask. You need to build up a lot of energy to do that, don't you? And I appreciate your effort if you can. I don't want to treat you like a circus show. There you go, flicker there. That's brilliant, thank you. Are you okay with me being here? Little spike, thank you. As I say, I mean no disrespect. I wonder, could you make the lights flicker if you're male? Sorry, I took my eyes away there for a second and I don't know if it's flashed or not. Could you do that again maybe? Could you just tell me, are you a male spirit? Are you a female spirit? I believe you are. If I remember right, was your name Mary? Or was it Anne or Annie? I'd have to go back over the video. Okay, forgive me for not remembering your name. It was the names that came up on the Spirit Talker. But you're a female spirit. And you're okay with me being here. And thank you for that. Did you die of an old age? Did you die at a young age? That banging in the background was the porta potty. Could you tell me, are you happy where you are? A little spike there, I take it that's a yes. Well, that's very good to know. I'm pleased that you're happy where you are, which means if you were in pain in real life, when you were living, I mean, then you won't be in any pain now. Am I right in saying that? Or are you still in pain? Is it possible for the afterlife to still be in pain when they move on? Or do we all become pain-free? I'd like to think so. I don't know why, but I feel like if somebody stood behind me. Currently, there's nobody in this graveyard. Hopefully it stays that way. But yes, I think I'm having a good communication here with the spirit of this grave, because they were very willing to partake the last time when I asked. Jesus Christ. When I asked them to move the device, and they did. Spirit, the device that's there, I'm going to go over to the side and I'm going to try and secure that door so it doesn't bang in the wind. When I come back, is it possible you could build up enough energy maybe to move the device and push it over? If you could, that would be fantastic. Just try and build up some energy. I'm getting enough noise contamination as it is from aeroplanes and the humming of background vehicles, so ooh, that door doesn't want to, mind you, that's, there you go. Now to open that door would take some force. Okay, spirits, I'm coming back to your grave, if it even is your grave. Maybe it's not. Maybe are you a guardian angel watching over this grave? That'd be interesting, wouldn't it? If you was a guardian angel watching over the grave, protecting the person that's buried here. Or are you the spirit of the person that's buried here? Can you communicate some more, please? Is it possible? So you're happy where you are? Spike, thank you. I'm pleased to be back here, not only because you gave me some good response the last time I was here, but for the sheer fact that you are willing to communicate with me. It takes a lot of energy for a spirit to do that. And you are one of the strong ones. And I want to thank you for that. Like I say, I don't treat this as a circus show to pull on an act. But I do ask if it is possible, you know, for you to do things, you know, just to try and sort of prove in a way that the paranormal does exist, that spirits do and can communicate after passing over. By which way I've asked you to make the lights flicker, and you have. That's brilliant, thank you. But I would love a repeat performance from the last time. As I say, that sounded bad when I said it that way. I don't mean in any way disrespectful, but the last time when I asked you if you could push the device over, I'm asking again if you could do that, please. If you could do that, then I'll leave you alone. I'll go and have a little wander around elsewhere. Maybe if you have the ability to push the device over, just do it. But maybe if you haven't got strong enough energy this morning, could you maybe make the lights flicker all the way up to red? And just to let me know that you can't do that. If you can't do that, that's fine. But a spike in lights up to red to let me know that you can't would be fantastic. Alternatively, push the device over. You won't break it, you won't hurt yourself, it won't harm you. It won't harm anybody. But what it will do is just show your presence here. I think you've proved that already, actually, with the communication, with the response of lights flickering when I've asked you questions. Just build up the energy if you can. I have a question for you, actually. Are you buried here alone? What I mean by that is, do you have family members here or not? Now, when I say here or not, I would love it if your voice could be heard over the sound of that bloody aeroplane. But for the benefit of the sound of the aeroplane making noise, if you could maybe make the lights flicker. Make the lights flicker if you're here with family. So, are you without family in this graveyard? Okay, I'm getting neither answer for any of them. Are you still there with me? Have you got the energy to communicate? I think out of respect I should leave you now, shouldn't I really? Should I move on to somebody else? Go on, please, for me, push that device over. I know you can do it. You did it the last time. It took a couple of attempts, didn't it? But you did it. I do feel if the spirit was trying to communicate, it's exhausted its energy. In fairness, looking at the K2, if you remember the last time I purposely, it was just because the way the ground was, I purposely leant it towards the left slightly, and I've done exactly the same thing. But I don't know if it's moved. But looking at it now, it is deadly straight. Go on, push it over, please. Go on. Just one almighty push. Please. In 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Nothing. In fairness, I did get lights flashing in response, and it's gone quiet. So I think that's enough for this grave here. Do you know, I believe that device is moved slightly. I haven't seen it in the moment. Right, I might not be able to catch it on camera, but what if I move on somewhere else and leave that device there? It's not quite the same if you don't see it happen in the moment. But if it happens regardless of seeing it or not, well, it's happened, hasn't it? But skeptics can always say, oh, that was the wind. Well, for the benefit of anybody that wants to suggest the wind, currently, if you look at the trees, there is no wind. Which begs a question, why was that door opening and closing by itself? So is there any more spirits here willing to communicate with me? I'll say my name again. My name is Dave. I'm sure some of you probably remember me from the last visit that I came here. If I remember right, in that direction there, there's a child, or there's a couple of children there. Right, I'm going to take my K2 now. I was going to leave it there, but knowing me, I'll probably forget it. But thank you for communicating. I do appreciate that. I'm going to leave you now. I tell you what would be curious. I would have to look at my previous video, but the names that come up on the Spirit Talker, ooh, if they came up the same, that'd be interesting. I mean, look at these graves. Look how old they are, right? But then you got that random one there. Mind you, it says 1955. That's in pretty good condition. Oh, hang on, what's the date at the bottom? 2002. I guess, yeah. Still 20 odd years old, but it's in good condition. Is there any spirits here that are willing to maybe try and show themselves to me? That would be fantastic. Do you know, I'm saying I was a child's grave over here. Maybe I'm getting my things mixed up a bit. It might have been a specific name that was called here. I don't know, I can't remember. Well, they weren't there the last time, so I wonder if there's a fire being planned. That looks a bit beaten from the last time. The wind has moved it. I wonder if I can move it along. I don't want to damage it. Yeah, I think that's a little bit worse for wear, that. Somebody needs to come and fix that, maybe. Is there any more spirits that want to come forward? Come on, spirits, if you're willing to communicate, if you have the energy to do so, I'd appreciate it. It's gone quite still now. I mean, it wasn't that much different earlier when I come in, but it's, apart from it being bloody freezing, now I can't remember if that grave, if the writing's on the other side, or that is completely deteriorated. The size of that grave, stone, it is massive. Oh, it is on this side. I haven't put my light on this morning, so I haven't brought my torch either. Well, it looks like the person who died here was only 21 years old. That's a massive, massive headstone. I did see a gravestone here. It was so worn down that there's a hole in it. Oh, here we go. Look at that. I've seen holes in gravestones before, but that was by design. This, I believe, is probably by the elements. That is just completely deteriorated. Looking at that on that side, and the same on that side, you can barely just see some writing here. Man, that's took a battering on both sides. Ooh. Either something dropped or I just heard a footstep or something, some sort of shuffle behind me. Good morning, spirits here. Was that somebody here behind me? I think if I put that against your grave, now then, I mean, you wouldn't be able to see much in the way of the light spiking, but any movement. Spike. Joshua. Joshua, is that you trying to come forward? Or Harriet? We've got Joshua Hewitt and Harriet Ann. Is it Joshua? Or is it Harriet? Feel like I haven't used the REM pod in a long time. So, REM pod and K2. And spirit box. Good morning, spirits. Could you try and communicate in this device that I'm holding? My name is Dave. Could you say my name? It's just a way of you letting me know that you're here with me. You could say my name. If you can't do that, could you tell me your name? Joshua. Could you say your name into this device? Or Harriet? We've got a John behind. A Mark. Amelia. And right here I've got an Alice. Is there any spirit that wants to come forward? Could you tell me your name and I'll try and find your grave? Mark, Alice. Thought I'd try a different frequency just to see if that will help. So any spirits, could you come forward and say your name in here, please? We've got Joshua, Harriet, Alice, Mark, Amelia, and a John there. Or you could say my name. That sounds like someone shouting help. Are there any spirits here unhappy that I'm here? So like, no. You okay with me being here? Or did you prefer it when I was here with my daughter? It's coming up with a few names and phrases, but it's nothing that I can find relevant.
Not too much weight.
Spirits, I'm going to ask you one more time if you can communicate through this device with me. I've got a REM pod there with an aerial. If you come near it and touch it, you will set it off. There's a K2 on the grave. You could push that over or make the lights flicker. If Joshua or Harriet wants to come forward, you've got those two devices, you've got this device, you've got this device to talk into, on my camera. And the camera will show you, if you show yourself, it'll pick your image up. Is anybody willing to come forward? I'm feeling that was a bit of a struggle this morning. I don't know why. With the spirit box, I mean. Obviously, when I go over it, I'll figure out if there's anything worthwhile on there. I always put the spirit talker on. Some people love it, some people hate it. I believe it's more, I don't want to say entertainment purposes. I don't think it's not definitive proof, but it is a good go-to, I believe, you know. Well, I'm getting spikes here on that. That was a good solid yellow there. But sometimes these have been sort of very, very close on the mark, very relevant with certain things. So, you know, I'm going to give, for the benefit of the doubt, I'm going to give the ghost tube a chance. And just see if anything comes up relevant. As I say, we've got the name Alice here. We've got Joshua and Harriet. And my K2 is spiking. It's going a good spike to yellow there. Thank you. If that's someone coming forward, is that Harriet? Is that you making the lights flicker? Nothing. Joshua, is that you making the lights flicker? Is it another spirit? Is it a spirit of somebody else that's not particularly buried there, making the lights flicker? Whoever it is. Nancy. Kind of an old name, Nancy. In par with Alice, I would thought. Don't see a Nancy. That's not to say that there isn't a Nancy. Whoever is trying to communicate through that device, I hope they can.
Please come back.
I haven't gone anywhere. But if anybody here, I hope you guys can see this on camera. Watch this on your TV. But whoever's trying to come forward and communicate on the device with the lights, is it possible?
Light.
Just said light. Yes, the lights, thank you. I tell you what you can do. If you have the ability to come forward, there's a REM pod here. It's a black plastic box. It does have a light on it as well. If it sets it off, the light will flash. It's got a metal aerial sticking up. If you come forward close enough to touch that, it will make a noise, a beeping noise. It will not harm you. Just like the device that's flickering on that grave, both devices will not harm you whatsoever. I guarantee, I promise you.
Please come back.
I can come back. That is not a problem. I don't mind returning to the same places. Look at that spike. Wow, that's strong. Whichever spirit is making these lights flicker real hard on the yellow, thank you so much. Could you maybe see your name in this device that I'm holding? Now if it says Harriet or Joshua, please could you... Prisoner. Now prisoner's come up before. No, prison came up before. And I asked, was you a prisoner or maybe you worked there? Same question. Well, no, not the same question, not if you were a prisoner. Was there anybody in this graveyard once a prisoner? You might not have been a prisoner for any crimes, you could have been a prisoner of war. Now, Harriet died in 1914. And Joshua '1898, and he was born in 1847. Joshua, is that you trying to come forward? Joshua, was you by any chance a prisoner of war? Very good, strong spike there. Now, you died in 1898, so there's no way that would have been the First World War even. I wonder, let me just knock this off for a minute. Was there any wars in the years of 1898? It's coming up, the Spanish-American War. Second Samoan Civil War. Wow, look at that. That's gone mental now. Joshua, I'm still here with you. I tell you what, let's go back to the old trusty spirit talker, why not? Joshua, can you come forward and talk into this device, please? Give me any sign that you're here with me. Joshua or Harriet, one of you is trying to communicate very good with my K2 with the lights flashing. I do believe, I don't know why, I've got a hunch it just feels like Joshua. Look at that. Thank you. Are you willing to give me some sort of insight and some sort of communication through this device by the word, by any name or phrase? Did you die in a war, or was you a prisoner of war? Long before the First World War. Could have been a prisoner of some sort of annihilation. It could have been a prisoner of some sort of political thing. I don't know. Joshua, I keep saying Joshua, you're doing some good communication here with that device. Would you be able to push it over? To the left or to the right, doesn't matter.
The Chair of torture.
The chair of torture. Oof. Now, two things came to my mind there. Was the chair in medieval times that were full of spikes, and they made you sit on it, and they put heavy weights on your thighs to weigh you down. Quite brutal. I don't think anybody is buried in this graveyard from medieval times. I mean, who's to know? I mean, you know, you're looking at 500 years ago, I guess. And the other chair is not really much of a torture because it's more of a death, would be the electric chair.
I'm over here.
Okay, where are you? Where's over here?
Can you feel us?
I'll be honest with you, no, I can't feel you. Would you be willing to come towards me? Could you do that? Even better, why not give me a full apparition of yourself? Come and stand next to me, next to this grave here. John. Would a spirit be able to come and stand next to me? How about this grave here? Joshua. Are you still there? Do you still have the ability? Oh, you have. Look at the lights go, man. Oh, just gone off there now. So nobody thinks that's me in any way manipulating them lights. I shall stand away. Now I've stood a decent distance away. Could you make the lights flicker again, please? Just to let me know that you're still there, if you are still there.
Take a right.
This way? Now take a right. Now how far right do I go? Got a Charles here, a Thomas, another Thomas.
I'm afraid to talk.
You don't have to be afraid to talk. I'm not here to disrespect you or to harm you. Is there some other entity or some other being that is stopping you or preventing you from communicating? Because if you could come forward and talk, this kid too, man, brilliant.
I feel hopeless.
No, don't feel hopeless, especially if that's you making the lights flicker. That is brilliant. This is what I'm here for. You know, if you can talk into this device here, the microphone on my chest, if you can talk into the device here that's capturing the camera, capturing images and the sound, this device that I'm holding in my hand, and you got that light there. Go on, make it flicker to red. It's flickering. Go on, spike her up to red. As I say, I'm not asking this as some sort of freak show. It's no circus. It's just, I'm asking you, I'm not demanding you to do any of this. And if you have got the ability to do this, That's when I'm asking you if you can do it. And you are doing it, and that's brilliant. Thank you. But I tell you what, if you could make the lights go up to red on that device or knock it over, that will show you, show me, show everybody that's watching this that there is a strong presence, your strong presence here, that is and has
Vitality.
the ability to communicate. Vitality. Could you make it spike one last time? I'm going to remove the REM pod. There you go. That's brilliant. I still want you to push it over if you can. If it's possible, please. Joshua or Harriet. Joshua Hewitt, Harriet Ann. Now there's 4 names. I'm asking if the spirit talker can come up with one of those 4 names. Please. Joshua Hewitt, Harriet Ann. Still spiking. It's having its moments. It has a minute where it doesn't do nothing. I really hope the camera is picking that up.
Shop.
Shop. Now, what does shop mean? As in S-H-O-P-P-E. Maybe it's an old medieval saying of shop. Ye olde shop. Please, please push this device over. Please. Go on, knock it over if you can. You've got so much strong energy to make the lights flicker. If you could push it over, that would be fantastic, especially as I've got the camera zoomed in a little bit extra for the benefit of people that are watching this. I could show you the world of your presence. Just knock it over, please.
Hall.
Shop hall. I feel the spirit talker's mixed. Nothing seems sort of relevant from one word to the other, apart from,
Others are scared.
you know, apart from when it said take a right. I'm afraid to talk. I'm afraid to talk, and I feel hopeless. Those two seemed sort of similar. Others are scared. Does this graveyard have spirits?
They hung me.
They hung you. Okay.
Paranormal.
Paranormal. Brilliant.
Agree.
Okay, now the words on here becoming a little bit sort of relevant. Others are scared, they hung me. Paranormal, and agree. Do you agree with me? Question I've got is, where did they hang you? Where was you hung? Was you hung here? Or was you hung in prison? Prisoner. And others are scared. Are there spirits in this graveyard that are being sort of told by a higher entity not to communicate? Or maybe have minimal communication? Is there an evil spirit here? took my eyes off the K2 for a minute, so I don't know if it's been going off again. Oh, there it goes.
Cross.
Cross. The cross with the old... I've since been told it's not a pentagram, but you know the one that I was at earlier on. Yes, are you next to the cross? Why don't you not come forward towards me?
I worked here.
Okay, did you work here in this graveyard, in the church? Am I talking to a vicar or a priest? Or a nun? Did nuns work in churches? I don't know. Or a monk? Also, am I talking to the same person who said they were hung? I want to know why you were hung. Could you tell me what crimes that you committed?
Do you think I'm real?
I do believe in the paranormal. So yes, I do believe you're real. I tell you what would confirm it even more though, if you showed yourself in front of me, then I would believe you 1000%. Because I get a lot of disembodied voices in the moment. Sometimes I don't hear them until I get back home and I listen over with headphones, which is a good idea why you guys should sometimes wear headphones on the videos, not on the videos, but when you're watching the videos. But yeah, if I could see you. I mean, I do see shadow figures. I've seen white shadow figures, I've seen grey shadow figures, and I've seen the black shadow figures. And I've seen them move momentarily. I've seen them in an instant, but more often than not, when I do see them...
It's not just me here.
Who else is here with you? More often than not, when I do see them, as soon as I see them, they're gone. But to see an apparition of a ghost, a spirit, and not disappear in front of me, now that would be fantastic. So you're not just here by yourself. Well, I mean, there are quite a lot of graves here. I assume there are quite a lot of spirits here, but how many spirits here can communicate? How many spirits are willing to communicate? But I will say one thing to all these spirits that who are trying to communicate is thank you so much. I really do appreciate that. I'm going to knock this off, guys. Sometimes I think you get to a point where you think it takes a lot of energy for these spirits to do this. And as I say, it's not a circus show. They can only do so much, unless of course they're a very strong entity. But for the benefit for myself and for everyone who's watching, if you could make the lights spike up again, please, one last time. I'll tell you what. Just for the benefit of this camera, could you please, I'm asking, not begging, not demanding, but I'm asking, could you please just make the lights flicker up to the yellow again, or even maybe the red if you can. Could you do that? Okay, if you can't, that's fair enough. I do think that this graveyard is quite active. It's got its moments, certainly in the evening, and I believe obviously in the mornings. So spirits, once again, I want to say thank you so much for all who've communicated with me and all who've tried to communicate with me. I do appreciate it. As I say, you got my full respect. I want to say thank you. All of you can rest in peace, but please, no spirits follow me once I get on the other side of the graveyard fence, wall, gate, whichever. But I will return. When? I'm not too sure. Might leave it till the warmer weather. Might leave it a few weeks, I don't know. But anyway, I want to say thank you guys for watching this video. I am bringing this video to an end. So once again, thank you so much. I do appreciate everybody that watches this video. I do appreciate every single subscriber. Please, if you're new to the channel, subscribe, give it a like. The little bell, post notification, give you alerts for all videos that I upload. Just seen something move right in the distance. Right in the distance, there's a cross. And I've just seen something move from right to left. And as the second I saw it, as usual, gone. Anywho, as I was saying, bringing the video to the end, thank you so much for watching. Please subscribe if you're new, hit the like button, hit the post notification bell, and I want to say, everybody, stay safe, take care, and I'll see you guys all on the next video. Bye for now.